Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. My name is Robert Sellers. Today we're doing something new on the podcast. We're going to look at some game film from the Alabama versus Oklahoma game in November. And if you're not new to the channel and you've been watching my videos before, you know that I like to break down games ahead of time. I like to do previews where I look at stats and I try and use some ball knowledge to determine who's going to win football games. But all of those predictions are literally just done on paper with statistics in my mind. None of it is actually done on the field. And we've got a banger of a first round playoff matchup between the Alabama Crimson Tide and the Oklahoma Sooners. And normally I would just look at all the stats, I would compile some data, and I'd give you a game pick based on how the teams are playing. But luckily for us, we have an entire game of film, of game footage with the Alabama Crimson Tide taking on the Oklahoma Sooners, which happened in November. Oklahoma won the game 23-21. Alabama seemingly dominated in terms of total yards, first downs. They played a great game of football. They just made 3 big-time mistakes, and Oklahoma didn't make very many mistakes at all, which allowed them to win this game. But we're going to break down a lot of what I thought was really interesting about this football game and a lot of what we could see in the football game on December 19th when these two teams play on Friday in the first round of the college football playoffs in 2025. So let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. First play that I'm going to look at, and we're really starting in media res here, which is Latin for in the middle of things. At this point in the game, 11:39 to go in the first quarter, Alabama got the ball first, went 3 and out like they've done a lot in this football game, punted to Oklahoma. Oklahoma had a great punt return, and they're set up. This is a third down from the 7-yard line and a scoring opportunity for the Sooners. And you're going to see what I think John Mateer does a ton, not only in this game, but also just sort of throughout the entire season. And that is play very unpatient. Like, I think John Mateer needs way, way more patience if he's really going to succeed this season and the rest of the way for Oklahoma. So watch how John Mateer, he's going to throw a speed out right away to the top of your screen. And Alabama's only sending 3. And they're dropping everybody else out into basically just a bunch of hook curls. And John Mateer is going to have so much time to make a read on this play and do something. And if you can look at the language from all the other receivers, this is not designed just to be a rip to the top of your screen. And John Mateer, you can see Alabama's rushing 3. He's going to have so much time, and he just forces a very closed window on an important third down to get Alabama off the field. So, in my opinion, you can go back and look at this play again. Like Alabama's only sending 3. They're not gonna. You're not running out of time, John. And you've got to the bottom of your screen. You've got 3 weapons against 3 defenders. You're gonna have some time to maybe try and find something that's open. In my opinion, he's just playing too fast, and he forces a really tight window that ends up being an incompletion. And Alabama gets off the field, or they force a field goal. Alabama's next drive. This is 1st and 10 for the Crimson Tide. So I'm going to talk about Ty Simpson for a little bit because I got a lot of opinions on Ty Simpson. I think Ty Simpson is fantastic when he's getting to the top of his drop and he has an open receiver and he knows where he's going with the football. Basically what I'm saying is you'll see Ty Simpson take a lot of 3-step drops, even 5-step drops. This clip here is a 5-step drop. And Ty Simpson has the ability to play so on time. And what that means is he gets to the top of his drop, and I'll show you in a second. And if Ty Simpson gets to the top of his drop and he knows where he's going with the football, he can beat almost any defense in the country. That's how Alabama beat Georgia in the first half. That's how they threw for over 300 yards in this football game. And he torched Vandy. And if you let Ty Simpson be comfortable and play on time and get to the top of his drop, blitzes don't matter. But if you can do what Georgia did in their most recent matchup and take away Ty Simpson's first initial reads and make him click off and go to another option, that's when you can get home. That's when you can get pressure on this offensive line, which is really not great at pass protecting. And you're going to see that here. Watch, Ty Simpson is going to take a 5-step drop. He's going to do it really quickly, and it's good footwork. Oklahoma is in cover 3. You can tell both their corners are going to put their butts to the sideline and play cover 3. Ty Simpson, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and look, nothing is open. This is a horrible broadcast game. You can't quite see it. But this is when you want Ty Simpson to be throwing the football right now. When he is at his best, he is getting the ball out now. But because Oklahoma's secondary is playing good cover 3 and taking away Ty's options, it leads to a Kip Lewis sack. And that is basically what we saw all of the Georgia game, was Ty Simpson not having his reads there because Georgia's secondary was playing phenomenal. If Oklahoma's secondary can play like they did on this clip, They will be able to get a lot of sacks in this football game. And Kip Lewis, by the way, oh my goodness, I love Kip Lewis so much, man. This dude is a maniac. He's an athlete. He fights. You're gonna see more of him on this film tape, but he's incredible. I love Kip Lewis. But that's just his first impact on this game with a big time sack. Look at him give it to the student section. So Oklahoma gets the ball back after another Alabama 3-and-out. And let's see what my notes say. Oh yeah, Nikhai Hill-Green is playing ball. So if you can see the linebacker that's standing on the Alabama B, sort of at the top of the Alabama logo at the 50-yard line, that's Nikhai Hill-Green, transferred from Colorado. That dude's a vet. Oklahoma is going to try and block him one-on-one with this detached tight end, or he's actually attached. The tight end that's sort of lining up at fullback, they're going to try and block Nikhai Hill-Green with him. And Nikhai Hill-Green's playing ball. He's just going to say, you're going to try and come block me with the tight end? I'm going to run right through his face. And that's exactly what happens. Watch Nikhai Hill-Green on this play. Ready? Boom! And that completely blows up the play. Alabama's linebackers are great. You know, I've been really critical of Deontay Lawson this year, but he has been playing better and better football as the year has gone on. Justin Jefferson's maybe been their best defensive player this year. Either him, Bray Hubbard, or Xavier Brown, in my opinion. Those three guys are great. And then Kyle Green is a veteran who plays ball and knows how to run through people's face. I mean, just watch this again. This is just good football from Nikhai Green. Ready? Ooh, I mean, that's just football right there, baby. And then, of course, Lawson's there to clean some stuff up. So Alabama's linebackers are playing at an elite level, and part of why Oklahoma can't run the ball very well is because their offensive lineman has bad pad level. We'll show you that in a second, too. This is yet another clip, and I'm going to keep talking about them because they're just more and more oftenly here, of John Mateer playing impatient and not staying in the pocket. Like, this is another snap where Alabama's rushing 3. And you can see by the people they're rushing, you don't see Yanze Pierre down there rushing. You don't see Keon Keeley. These 3 guys, I think that's James Smith, Tim Keenan, and I think that's Noah Carter. Those are not Alabama's prime pass rushers. Alabama is not trying to get after the quarterback on this play. Mateer is going to have time to make a read. And he's in 5 wide. He's got 5 options to throw the football to. Something is going to get open eventually. And yet he's so jittery. It's like he either has his first or second read open, or he just runs and tries to make plays. And he's great at making plays. But I mean, watch this. He's going to get there. There is not a single bit of pressure. That is as clean of a pocket as you could ask for. And Mateer's already rolling out. Why are you rolling out, dude? Stay in the pocket. Make a read. You're a quarterback for a reason. And he's got a great arm. I mean, I'm not criticizing his arm. I think he just needs to be a little more patient back there. Instead, he rolls out. Nothing's open. And Bama gets a 1-yard sack. And Rusaw's back. Rusaw's playing good ball. So Oklahoma ends up punting on that drive. Alabama gets the ball back. And here is a great prime example of Ty's great footwork and Alabama having an open route that he can throw to at the top of his drop. This right here, this clip right here is why Ty Simpson is one of the best quarterbacks in college football. In my opinion, I think he's the most skilled quarterback in the SEC, at least, because of plays like this. I think Oklahoma is going to be in Tampa 2 here. And they don't have a hole player. I don't know why. They're just not covering the middle of the field on this play. And watch, Ty Simpson is going to take 1, 2, 3. Actually, that's not a 3-step drop, but he's at the top of his drop and he's got an open defender. I mean, if Ty is playing on time and he's got open wide receivers win at the top of his drop, he plays such good football. And you can't get home in that time period. I mean, let's count it from the snap to when he throws the ball. 1, 2, 3. Ball out. You can't get home in that time period. Oklahoma sends pressure here, and they're not going to be able to get home in 3 seconds to Ty Simpson. I don't care how good your blitz package is. So that's just good ball from Ty Simpson. Get the ball out soon, and Oklahoma needs to cover the middle of the field a little bit better on cover 2. At least that's my analysis on that play. But I'm just saying, like Ty Simpson, we've seen a lot of bad stuff from Ty. In my opinion, the way you stop Alabama, the way you slow this passing attack down, is you cover until at least after Ty Simpson's 3-step drop or 5-step drop. If you can do that, then you're going to get home. Because once again, and you're going to see a lot of it on this film study too, Alabama's offensive line cannot protect very well. So that's kind of a guarantee. I want to give a shout out to number 11 here on Oklahoma's linebacker core. He's the one closer to the top of your screen, just sort of on a linebacker. Alabama's going to run duo with Daniel Hill. You tell me that 11 doesn't know exactly what's coming on this play. I don't know what kind of tendency he sniffed out, but I mean, you just watch it and tell me what you think. 11, you can see him. He's at the top of the Alabama A. I mean, just as soon as the ball is snapped, he is through B gap making a play. I mean, he had to know what was happening. Watch, boom. Right as the ball snapped, he's already gaining yards. And he just shoots right through B gap and makes play on the ball carrier. 11, he know. I think that's, I don't know Oklahoma's ball squad as well as I should, but 11, he plays really good football this game. And to me, that's just, I'm in the film room, I'm watching Alabama tape, and I picked up on one of their tendencies, and I'm getting after it, and I'm making a play because I know what's going on. That's a heck of a play from number 11. And it's part of the reason why Oklahoma's run game is phenomenal. They run a lot of run stunts. Their linebackers, Lewis and then 11, which, goodness gracious, for the life of me, I can't remember his name. Both of those guys are ball players. They're smart. They have a lot of experience playing together and as a unit. And the front seven, like, it is really tough to run the ball against Oklahoma. Coincidentally, Alabama ran the ball kind of well against the Sooners. I mean, not really well, but better than they usually do. We're going to take a look at that, at why that was in a little bit too. But just a nice play there from the linebacker position for the Sooners. This is the pick six. Okay. This was a good drive Alabama was working. They were running the ball kind of well, and Ty Simpson was kind of dialed. This, to me, is the main point that Alabama has to attack in their next game against Oklahoma, and that is the pass protection scheme. Okay, Alabama, for whatever reason, in this football game against Oklahoma, not once did they count Kip Lewis in their pass protection scheme, and to me, that's the exact reason why. This is a pick six. So ESPN broadcast did a good job identifying this. As you see, Michael Carroll and I think that's Wilcom Formby are going to take the two most outside threats. And because of that, Kip Lewis is going to have a beeline straight to Ty Simpson. In my opinion, this is what you call ridiculous. Because Alabama, in my opinion, they should full slide this, which means block your five most front threats to get to the quarterback and leave the outside threat unblocked so the running back can pick him up, or you play hot off of him. Because if you let an athlete like Kip Lewis run just right up the middle, untouched, he's going to get home. So you're either going to have to get the ball out way sooner than you want to, or you're going to have to take a sack. This is not the first time this happens. And as you can see, Ty Simpson, when the ball is snapped, Kip Lewis literally just runs straight down the middle of the formation. If you shift Formby to block Lewis and Carroll to block the inside defensive lineman that's got a 5 technique, and you leave the outside player 3, that gives Ty some time to maybe make a move, step up in the pocket, one of them, or at least get the ball out a little quicker. But when you got Kip Lewis, maybe their best defender, running just straight at you, you cannot do anything about that. I mean, Ty Simpson, as you can see, he's forced to play hot, and Oklahoma does a great job taking away that hot read, that screen, that slant pass. Of course, I don't think Ty Simpson should have thrown this ball, but this whole play is caused, all this havoc is caused because Alabama is not identifying the Mike in their pass protection scheme. And I don't know why, but they keep doing it throughout this game. And because of that, Bowen gets a pick, and all of a sudden he's running down the sideline, and it's a pick six for the Sooners. Heck of a moment for Oklahoma. I mean, they picked six to Alabama in both of their matchups that they faced each other the last 2 years, right in front of the student section, too. That's a good memory right there for Mr. Bowen. Alabama does get the ball back on their next possession. And, oh, yeah, this is just Kip Lewis being an absolute monster on this play once again. I mean, this might just be the Kip Lewis film study because, I mean, he plays with so much of an edge to him. He's got such a mantra about him. And he's swaggy and he's confident. I love Kip Lewis. Alabama's going to try and run a screen pass, I believe, to Josh Cuevas here, and they complete it. But watch Kip Lewis. So he's on about the 33-yard line right now. Is Kip Lewis. Look at his eyes. He's already sniffing out that screen. He already sees that the offensive linemen are letting the D-line go and are going to be working up to him. So seeing that, Kip Lewis is already triggering. You see that? You see that how he's triggering, how he's about to move forward? He's got a tight end right in front of him, shakes the tight end, dips under, I think that might be Wilcom Formby, and makes a play on the ball carrier. That is all Kip Lewis, and he is playing ball out there for Oklahoma right now. He's one of the reasons that this defense is one of the best in the country, and they are, in my opinion, the best in the SEC. I mean, this Oklahoma defense is so well coached because their linebackers are phenomenal. Their D-line are gap sound. They play selfless football. It's all good stuff. Once again, I mean, this is the second time. This is another play where Ty Simpson is on time with his schedule, and Oklahoma this time is in cover 3, I believe, and there's just no hook curl defender in the middle of the field to cover this Jeremy Bernard dig route. Like, is this Jeremy Bernard dig route just going to keep hitting? We gotta adjust. And the cool thing is this is the last time that dig route is open. You know, Venables identifies it's the second time that Jeremy Bernard has beaten him on that same route to that same spot of the field. And as the smart defensive-minded coach that Brent Venables is, he adjusts and takes that play away. This is the last time that I think you will ever see Alabama run a dig route for 15 yards against Brent Venables, because he's not letting that happen again. Jeremy Bernard fumbled, but he didn't actually fumble. He was down. Next play, I love this from Ryan Grubb. I think this is great. A lot of the screen passes that people run these days, I don't really understand, because in my opinion, screen passes work when either A, you have just an absolutely crazy dynamic player that can just make 3 people miss and pick up 7 yards, such as Zachariah Branch or Ryan Wingo. Alabama does have Ryan Williams, but for whatever reason, they don't really trust him in the screen game. So that's one way you can get a screen game to work. The other is to play towards your numbers. And I mean, I sort of had a brain fart when I was writing this down. I wrote this down on my notes. Alabama has an advantage of men. I don't understand what that means. I don't really know what I was thinking. Alabama's numbers on this play. If you look to the top of your screen, Oklahoma has 1 corner out there, and they've got a safety and a linebacker that is kind of on the backside. He's more to the backside than he is to the middle. But Alabama's got great numbers on this. Watch, they're going to flare out, tight end wide receiver, like right here. Boom. Look at that. That's 3 blockers for 2 defenders. The goal of this play is to put Latsier Brooks one-on-one with that safety. If you see the safety that's at the 40-yard line, Alabama's trying to put Brooks one-on-one with that guy. And they have just a heck of an advantage of numbers here. They get it blocked kind of sloppily, but Bernard, once again, he's one-on-one with the safety. Nice little spin move, and he's got a first down. That is a beautiful screenplay. I think that to beat an Oklahoma offense that loves to blitz, I mean, you can see it right now. They already got sim pressure. This is 1st and 10, and they got sim pressure. It's a different play, but to beat an Oklahoma offense that blitzes a lot, they run a lot of zone coverage. You're not going to see a lot of man coverage out of this team. You're going to see it every now and then, but not very often. The screen game is really, really important for Alabama to take advantage of those blitzes and the lack of man coverage. And that is the best screenplay that I saw Alabama run in this game. Take advantage of your numbers, dude. If they're giving you numbers, take advantage of it. And Ryan Grubb does a great job of it there. Let's see what happens here. Tendency breaker. Oh, yeah. Ty Simpson's a great athlete. Okay, you're not going to hear me saying Ty Simpson is not a great athlete. He is. He makes good moves, and he's a stud. And he doesn't slide all that often. He did against Georgia, but most of the time, Ty Simpson, you're not going to see him slide very often. This is a tendency breaker. I mean, 99 times out of 100, Alabama is handing this football off right now. That is a handoff almost every single time. And you're going to see Kip Lewis is supposed to be responsible for the quarterback. If you see the defensive lineman right now that's crashing to the mesh point, he is responsible for the running back. And Kip Lewis, who's at the 45-yard line, towards the top of your screen, he's supposed to wrap around and attack the quarterback if he keeps the ball. See? D lineman crashes on the running back. Kip Lewis, on the other hand, has bad eye discipline and stays with the running back. And honestly, I completely understand it, Kip Lewis. He's trying to be aggressive. He's trying to stop the run. It is not in the front of his mind that Ty Simpson is going to keep this football, but he does get out of position here. As you can see, he's still moving to his left. And Ty Simpson, if he's even, he's leaving, and he is leaving. Good block by Proctor here. And Ty Simpson has got himself a first down on a tendency breaker. You're going to see those pretty often from this Alabama offense, I think, especially in this next matchup with Oklahoma. But we'll see. This is 100% a gimmick play. Alabama had a lot of these in this game. To me, and I'll play it real quick just so we can see what we have before I talk about it. Ty Simpson and Jam Miller are going to both fall down on this play. A lot of people are debating whether this was rehearsed or not. It's 100% rehearsed. I mean, how often do you see a running back and a quarterback fall down at the same time? But they're falling down in the pocket is going to influence the eyes of the linebackers, and they're going to slip, I believe it was Caleb Edwards wide open on just kind of an up and go. Like, you're telling me Jam Miller, 5-star running back or high 4-star running back athlete, is going to fall down the same time your 5-star quarterback is going to fall down? This is 100% a gimmick. And it leaves Edwards wide open for a 20-plus yard gain. To me, Alabama ran a lot of these plays early in the season, whether it was the Caden Proctor shenanigans, or it's a play like this, or it's a direct snap to the running back, whatever it may be. But we haven't seen a lot of that in the last couple of games against Auburn and against Georgia. Have they run out of them? Has Ryan Grubb completely sort of is his bag empty? Does he have any more of these plays left? I'm not sure. Alabama needed a lot of them to move the ball against Oklahoma efficiently in this game. Is he going to have them back? We'll see. This is a 3rd down and 8. This is a big-time play. Alabama's trying to get into the end zone. This, to me, is such a bailout. This was Ty Simpson's worst play of the day. I thought the pick 6 was more on the offensive line not IDing the mic. To me, this is a bad throw from Ty Simpson. You're going to get man coverage here from Oklahoma, and Ty's going to know it because he's going to motion somebody, I think. Yeah, he's going to motion Jeremy across the formation. You're going to see he's getting followed. Ty knows he's got man coverage. Oklahoma rarely ever runs man coverage. And this is an interesting man formation. This is kind of cover 1 with another inside middle linebacker who's just kind of in a rat zone. But when you have a single high safety and it gets man coverage, literally do anything other than throw in the area of that single high safety, especially in the red zone. And Ty Simpson throws in the only area where he's got double coverage. This is a terrible throw. Luckily, Alabama gets so bailed out with a pass interference call here. But this is really bad stuff from Ty Simpson on man coverage. To me, that was his worst play of the game. And it was shocking because to this point, I mean, this is in the middle of Alabama's run. They're number 4 in the country right now. They've just won 8 games in a row, 4 of which were against ranked teams. And they came into this game, and Ty Simpson, of course, had the pick 6. I think that was partly his fault for trying to force in a hot read. But that throw, that was one of the worst throws I've seen Ty Simpson make all season long. That was a rough one. Like, when you get man coverage, why are you throwing towards the safety? Like, throw to the outside. Do something where it's not where all the traffic is. Oklahoma's got the ball back here in the second quarter. And let's see. Oh, yeah, Mateer also gets bailed out here. Ty Simpson gets bailed out, nearly throwing a pick. Alabama gets a touchdown after to Daniel Hill, 1-yard run. John Mateer, this should have 100% been a pick 6. He is clearly predetermining this play, in my opinion. He's saying, I got a slant. I got a quick slant I know I'm working towards. I'm just going to throw it. I don't care. I don't care what my eyes tell me. I'm throwing it. And Justin Jefferson, sir, that is a pick 6. If you catch the football, that is a pick 6, and he drops it. And you can tell how devastated he is. The whole team's devastated. He's like, I had one right there, and I dropped it. But, I mean, goodness. I mean, John Mateer, dude, we can't be predetermining these throws and just ripping them because we feel like it. Like, we got to be patient, son. And you're doing a great job looking off the linebacker if you want to throw that tight end. You see that tight end hitch route? That is open. You see the running back? That is open. It's a 1st and 10. You don't have to hunt a 10-yard slant route. That's going to be a pick 6. I mean, I just don't like that. I think John Mateer does a poor job going through his progressions and should have had a pick 6 here. Oklahoma ends up punting after this. Alabama fumbles the punt inside their own territory. And this is, to me, the best counter run by either of these two teams this entire game. Oklahoma is going to run GH counter, which means they're going to pull the guard, and they're going to pull the tight end, the G and the H. And this sucker is going to hit right through B gap for a touchdown. As you can see, I mean, you can watch in a second. They motion, some jet motion, I guess you can call it that. 55 pulls, 12 follows. Bam, bam. Very well blocked. See that crease? You see that crease? That is perfect. And I will say it's a bonus of a quarterback run game. If you have a quarterback just handing the ball off in a run play, the quarterback is effectively out of the play. You went from having 11 players on the field to 10 players on the field because all the quarterback does is snap the ball and hand it off. But when you have quarterback run game, that adds basically another player into the equation because the quarterback's not handing the ball off, he's keeping it. And this is a great blocked counter for the Sooners, and then this is just John Mateer being special. As much as I'll hate on his non-patience and his ability to not read progressions, he is a dog with the football in his hands. Watch this. No, that's not easy. That is not easy to do. It makes against a bunch of stellar athletes from Alabama to spin like that, to fight his way into the end zone in a big-time moment. So shout out John Mateer for being a tough football player, for sure. Pass protection was good. on this play is what I wrote. And Ryan is playing aggressive. You're not going to see a lot of aggressive football play from Ryan Williams this year, in my opinion. He's not high-pointed balls at all. He struggles in route running. He's dropped the ball a bunch. He's had fumbles. I don't think Ryan Williams has been very good this season. This is one of the best plays, if not the best play I've seen Ryan Williams make in an SEC game all year. And look at the pass protection. I mean, I will say this. Oklahoma is not, for the most part, is not ever just sending for and getting pressure against Alabama in this football game. Like, they don't do it. I mean, you can see it here. Oklahoma is just going to send for, and look at this pocket. That's play action and a 5-step drop? That is as good of a pocket as you could get. And Ty Simpson does a great job stepping up, working up in the pocket. And Ryan Williams is finally playing aggressive football and high pointing the ball. That is as good of a play as you're going to see from this Alabama offense to Ryan Williams all season long, in my opinion. And look at the bottom of the screen. Virginia's playing Duke. That's ironic, isn't it? Anyway, now we got a 3rd and 6. To me, this is very Gus Malzahn, which is weird to say because this game is in Bryant-Denny Stadium between Alabama and Oklahoma. But you're going to see the old-fashioned Gus Malzahn, the old. Oh, we're checking. We're looking to the sideline. Oh yeah, we're IDing everybody. We're not snapping the ball. We're just looking to the sideline, picking stuff up, and go. Now they're snapping the ball. Look at all these Oklahoma players. Look at all the ball's been snapped. Literally, like 9 of the 11 Oklahoma players are looking towards their sideline, getting IDs and stuff. This is the old-fashioned Gus Malzahn. Because of that, I mean, look to the bottom of your screen. Both of those. That's a safety in a corner, just in hard bail. There is not a soul covering the flat on the right side of the field. You cannot tell me that's how that play was supposed to work out. The Gus Malzahn strat just got Oklahoma confused, and Josh Cuevas is wide open for a walk-in touchdown for Alabama. That's another one of them gimmicks, man. Does Alabama have more than gimmicks? The double fall down, the Gus Malzahn look over. Nope. Do they have more of those? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what they got in the bag for Ryan Grubb this week. What happens here? Mateer clicked off of Reed. See, the thing about John Mateer, I love John Mateer because I think he's a great football player. I think he's a great Christian from what I've heard. And he's very coachable from what I can see. You're going to see John Mateer, of course, literally the last time we looked at John Mateer before the rushing touchdown, it was him nearly throwing a pick on a predetermined read. Look at John Mateer's eyes on this play. He's learning. He's looking at that same read. And look, guess what, John? It's not there, so he's going to click off and throw the tight end route. Way to learn, John Mateer. I mean, we're going to have some struggles. And you know what? Forgive the man. I mean, playing quarterback in the SEC is not perfect. But when you can learn like this, right after throwing a pick six, you can look at nearly the same route. I guess it's an out route this time. And you can look it off and throw the tight end hitch to a tight window for a first down. We're learning. We're progressing throughout the game. That's what you want to see from a quarterback, especially a quarterback that has as much experience as John Mateer does. So I was impressed by that from Mateer. Oklahoma's going to get first down. And Red Morgan is going to make a heck of a play here. So Red Morgan is Alabama's nickel. I think Red Morgan is the best nickel that Alabama has had in the Kalen DeBoer era. And he's number 16. He's to the top of your screen, playing at the 45-yard line. And he is just going to blow up a bubble screen. Oklahoma is trying to get numbers on the right side. And John Mateer is going to get blocked by 2 Oklahoma players. And he's going to hold his ground, play great football, and make a play. I mean, the camera's going to zoom in on Keon Sabb. That was all Red Morgan to me, just holding his ground and making plays. I've been really impressed with what I've seen from Red Morgan. I thought I should give him a shout-out. Alabama forces a punt on this drive. They get the ball back. This is one of the most important drives of the game. And to me, this is Ty playing hot perfectly. So you're going to see Oklahoma's going to get instant pressure once again. And they're going to get a lot of instant pressure because Brent Venables draws up these weird, crazy blitzes where it's okay to play hot sometimes. If you ID the wrong person, that's fine. It happens. But when you play hot, first of all, you have to recognize when you have to play hot. Playing hot means there's an unblocked blitzer running right at you. So you have to get the ball out or you're sacked. And that's going to happen on this play. And if you look at it, they send pressure with 6. They drop back everyone from the right side, and they're going to get pressure right there from 5. And Ty sees that. Look, his eyes are on 5, the free blitzer, and he throws right where he's blitzing from. Very, very well done from Ty Simpson to Josh Cuevas, who's going to pick up a first down. That is good football from Alabama, especially from Ty Simpson, IDing the hot blitzer and getting the ball out right where he's blitzing from. That's good stuff. This is an interesting thing that happened a few times with this Oklahoma pass coverage. So these are all obvious passing downs for Alabama. It's 2-minute drill, basically. Score bug is going to pop up. Yeah, so there's 2 minutes left. So Alabama already is a very heavy pass team. I mean, they passed the ball 8 times in a row on their P&10s, which is basically like the first time they get the ball on a drive. Their first play of their first 8 drives was a pass play. Alabama passes the ball a lot more than they run the ball. And if they're in 2 minutes, you got to expect they're going to be throwing the ball pretty much every time. And because of that, Oklahoma's going to drop these blitzes. And a lot of times they walk linebackers up to the line of scrimmage, and then they pull them way back because they got to bail. Because when you're a linebacker and you're right on the line of scrimmage pretending you're going to blitz and you're not blitzing, you got to get your butt back so you can get to your hook curl assignment. And when you're in run back mode, that leaves all the area where right in front of you open for checkdowns. And it's going to happen again. Watch Oklahoma's hook curl players. Watch how deep they drop. I mean, there's nobody within like 7 yards of the line of scrimmage. Look at everybody dropping so far back. And Josh Cuevas is just going to sit wide open on this little hitch route and get nearly to midfield. And it's going to happen again on this play. I mean, watch, Oklahoma's simming pressure. They got 5 guys walked right up to the line of scrimmage, and then they got to run them back. And that leaves the check down area so open, and Daniel Hill is going to make the guy miss after the catch and nearly get a first down. I mean, that is if I'm an offensive coordinator, if I'm Brian Grubb, I'm looking at that and I'm saying when Oklahoma is sending pressure, when they walk up guys to the line of scrimmage, if we're in obvious passing situations, we got to have at least a tight end or a Daniel Hill or someone in the check down area because it is a hole in the defense. And again, Venables fixes it. You don't see that the rest of the way this game. But I'm just saying, like, that's something. When you have grass on tape, you got to take that and run with it. That is something for sure. We got 3rd and 2 on this play. 3rd and shorts are pretty much always passing downs for Alabama again because they can't run the ball. And to me, once again, Alabama does not ID Kip Lewis in the pass protection. I mean, I will beat a dead horse if that's what it takes. But Alabama, for my own sanity as a college football watcher, if y'all get beat on Friday not IDing Kip Lewis in the pass protection, I'm just going to look at Ryan Grubb and say, dude, did you even like coach against Oklahoma the first time you played them? I mean, you can see Kip Lewis. He's right in the middle. Oklahoma's in penny, which means they got 5 dudes walked up to the front, and they got 1 linebacker. I think that's why it's called penny. I don't know, football terms are kind of weird. But Kip Lewis is just dancing around here, and once again, it's just going to walk right through Alabama's offensive line because they don't ID the mic. Like, what are we doing? It's already burned us for a pick 6. I mean, if we're Ryan Grubb, we got to pay attention. We got to ID Kip Lewis. Luckily, Ty Simpson makes the play with his arms and his legs, but it was almost a sack, and you don't want that. Alabama ends up missing a field goal to end the half, and Oklahoma gets the ball back up 3 to start the 3rd quarter. This is the first play of this quarter. To me, this is Isaiah Satania on a jet sweep being a great, great athlete. I mean, Isaiah Satania, watch, he's going to come in jet motion here. He's not like the greatest route runner in the world. He's not a dominant X receiver that's going to high point footballs and make plays like that. But he is a great athlete out in space. And Alabama has the numbers to stop this play. I mean, watch. To the outside, Oklahoma's got 1, 2, 3 blockers outside, if you can see him. The wide receiver to the top of your screen, the tight end, and the running back 24, who's Williams. I think that guy's name is Williams. And Alabama's got the numbers to stop this play. Isaiah Satania he's quick. He's really hard to get down, and Keon Sabb overruns the plays a little bit, and Satania picks up 20 yards. Great effort, by the way, by Satania, getting those dirty yards after first contact. So Isaiah Satania, if they get the ball to him more in space, I think that's a big win for Oklahoma because he is a baller. John Mateer, John Mateer, I've criticized him in this film already. This is a crazy play from John Mateer, and John Mateer makes these plays. Like the rollout play against Michigan, incredible. When he was rolling out to his right after getting pressured, makes a throw on the run to, I think it was Isaiah Satania or Deion Burks down the sideline, dime. He made a couple big-time throws against LSU to help win that game. This is 3rd and 13. Usually 3rd and 13 for Oklahoma is a death sentence. They don't convert these very often. And look at John Mateer. John Mateer is going to get pressured, and his face is going to get, like, whipped back, and he's still going to somehow just get out a perfect throw to a tight window. Watch this. He's getting pressured, face whip back, boom, dime, first down. That is a heck of a play, man. That is arm talent right there, and you're going to see it on the replay again because ESPN finally is going to give us a replay that actually worked. Watch this. Pressure in his face, step up. Ooh, man, that is such a tough throw that he just made there. I mean, my goodness. Also, something to know about this play. Oklahoma, pretty much every time they get a chunk play, they go fast right after. They get a chunk, and then they're back on the ball. And they're not going to do anything fancy on this next play. They're just going to run like wide stack inside zone. But it hits for 7 yards because Oklahoma's going very fast. And I'm going to let it play again, just so you see from the top of the play until now. We're going to count it. So that's the jet sweep. Okay, so here's the 3rd and 13 play. Mateer, pressured, face rips back, throws downfield, caught, Satania, down. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi, 11 Mississippi, 12 Mississippi, 13, 14, and the play is snapped on a bubble route that Red Morgan destroys. I'm just saying, like, they get back on the ball. Getting back on the ball in 14 to 15 seconds is not easy after a big play, especially a play at 3rd and 13 when you think you might punt afterwards. So Alabama, if they want to stop Oklahoma, they got to get back and ready after they give up big chunk plays. And Red Morgan does a great job being ready here. And once again, just being a dog on bubble screens. Like, don't throw bubble screens towards Red Morgan. He will make the play. Alabama gets the ball back here. Oklahoma gets a long field goal after that drive. Alabama gets it back. And they're going to score a touchdown on this drive. And it starts with a very interesting run defense from Oklahoma. So Alabama is going to motion the tight end Edwards and Latsier Brooks to the left side of the formation. And you're thinking as a defensive coordinator, okay, you can see Kip Lewis moving over there already because that's the strong side of the formation. And you're thinking they could be running crack toss. They could be running some sort of counter towards the left side. And because of that, they do a really poor job leaving this right side open. Look how misaligned they are. They got 44 at the bottom of the defensive line, who's very far away from Caden Proctor, and they got a huge hole in B gap. And that's exactly where Alabama's going to run this football. They also run a stunt. If you look at the nose tackle that is right in front of the center, I mean, usually his responsibility is B gap, but instead Oklahoma is working this stunt. I think it's a nut stunt where this nose tackle right here is going to go, I guess it'd be a ton stunt, but he's going to go over and work to his right instead of his left. Watch the nose tackle. I mean, this doesn't make any sense. He works away from where Daniel Hill is running. They're definitely trying to run a stunt here. And Parker Brailsford does a great job seeing that and making a play. And look at Wilkin Formby getting up to the second level. That's how you play O-line. And then Daniel Hill is going to do Daniel Hill things, getting out across midfield after the initial line of scrimmage shenanigans. Tackle the flats, Oklahoma. Oklahoma, you're a great tackling team. This is just a play that you have perfectly defended. This is a check down to Josh Cuevas. I mean, just look at that right here. That is a 0-yard gain, but you're not going to tackle the flats. You're not going to break down and make a tackle. You're just going to try and go low right here. Cuevas is very athletic, and he makes the play, and he's going to pick up nearly 20 yards on this because you can't tackle the flats. Break down. DBs, we got to break down and make a hit. We don't have to just go low every time on these athletic tight ends because they'll do that. They will jump over you. First down and 10, man coverage. Again, you don't get a lot of man coverage from this Oklahoma team. The last time we saw man coverage, Ty threw a pick. Luckily, it was called back for pass interference, but Ty threw a pick because he threw it in the direction of the safety that was roaming back there, the rat player, if you will. This play, Ty Simpson's got a slot fade from Isaiah Horton. Isaiah Horton is one of Ty Simpson's best friends, and he has been for a while. This is throwing away from the safety. This is trusting your guy to win man coverage, and this is putting up an absolute ball on a fade route. Watch this ball from Ty. Ooh, that is some trust in your big-time receiver right there to make a play and throwing away from the safety. I love that from Ty Simpson. Alabama ends up scoring a touchdown on that play with some Daniel Hill run action, some good stuff. Oklahoma's going to get the ball back. They're down 1, third quarter. Got to have it for the Sooners. I mean, you don't have to have it, but, to me, this is an RPO. My goodness, John Mateer hand the ball off. And I know Oklahoma runs a lot of RPOs, and I understand RPOs are great. They work in the college game because you only get a penalty if the offensive line is 5+ yards down the field when you throw the ball, so you can run RPOs as much as you want to. John Mateer, you got to hand this ball off, dude. This was damn near another pick six. I mean, just look what happened. Look at the crease. Oh, and you hand the ball up. Look at the crease, John Mateer. Oh, there's so much room. Imagine if you had handed that ball off. That's a great down block from the left tackle. That is room. That is so much room. Instead, Mateer elects to pull this football and throw it. And look at Yonze Pierre. Yonze Pierre is the one that is sinking towards that speed out from Deion Burks. Yonze Pierre, if Tim Keenan doesn't get hands on this football, Yonze Pierre is picking that off. And that could be another pick six right there. And look, Yonze Pierre knows it. Look at Pierre standing on the 3. He goes, no, dude. Oh, that's the universal sign for I had a pick six, and you batted it down to Tim Keenan. And Tim Keenan's playing good football, man. There's nothing wrong with him batting it down. But, man, John Mateer got to hand the ball off on those, man. 2nd and 3, Oklahoma gets a couple first downs after that play. And this is number 90 playing ball for Alabama. I don't remember who number 90 is on the Crimson Tide. I'm much better with numbers than I am names in terms of watching football. But number 90 is going to make a great play, and I just feel like he deserved to be shouted out. Watch this. Oh, wait. No, this is the right clip. So Oklahoma's running counter. They're trying to pull. What are they doing on here? I'm sorry, I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, they're gonna run GH counter, I believe. Yeah, they're pulling the guard. You see how they're pulling the guard, and they're bringing the tight end. And GH counter only works when you get a good down block, so the guard and the tackle can pull through and create a crease. But watch the tight end. The tight end's gonna pull. He can't even get to where he wants to block. He's gonna want to block that front side inside linebacker. He can't even get there because 90 is working upfield. And look at the tight end. He can't even get to where he wants to go. There's no hole there whatsoever because 90 is playing ball. And that's a good play by Alabama's run defense to stuff counter, which is not an easy thing to do. We jumped forward a lot here. I think Oklahoma punted and Alabama punted. And Oklahoma gets the ball back late 3rd quarter. 94 is cooking on this play. 94, again, I don't remember who 94 is. But you can see 94, he's to the right of the defensive line. He's still on the defensive line, but he's to the right D tackle. He's going to work his way all the way back left. And Mr. Oklahoma center, I don't know Oklahoma's roster as well. We cannot get beat across our face on this play. We're trying to work a same side run. They ran this against LSU a couple times. And 94 just beats you right across your face and makes a play. So great play, 94, great hands. But 65, man, this is a problem why I think Oklahoma's run game is not very good. Their offensive line, I mean, their footwork and their pad level, to me, is not where it should be. I mean, even you know this, even like the most basic form of wrestling. If you get low, that's how you win. That's how you move people, is getting low. And Oklahoma does not do a great job getting low or getting their feet in the right spot on the offensive line. I think that's why 94 is able to beat the center across his face for not a very big game. Now we got a 3rd and 9. And Oklahoma doesn't convert a lot of these 3rd downs. Alabama knows that. But and they're not going to convert this one. I just want to say I love this pocket presence from John Mateer. I mean, I don't expect every play to be, wow, we got 20 yards on this play. Good job. Or, dang, man, we threw an incompletion. That's terrible. Like, not every play is a huge success or a huge failure. To me, I think the best part about football and what I would coach is being process-oriented. And you can see John Mateer here. I like his process. I mean, you see Yonze Pierre's at the bottom of the defensive line. He's not speed rushing to the outside. He's working an inside move, which leaves the whole left side of the pocket unattained. And John Mateer sees that and has good pocket presence. Watch 42. He's working back inside. There is nobody blitzing to Mateer's back. And so he works his way over there, buys himself more time, trusts his arm. And I don't love Mateer's mechanics. I don't think they're the best in the world. And he misses this throw, but at least he's got good pocket presence. He's working through his progressions. I think that's a good rep from John Mateer, even though it didn't work out. This is Red Morgan again making a play. No, it's not. What am my notes saying? They're betraying me. This is not Red Morgan making a play. Parker Brailsford. Okay. Alabama center is Parker Brailsford, number 72. I think Parker Brailsford is one of the best centers in America. He is a great ball player. His first step is electric. He is so athletic. He does such a great job getting to the second level, getting downhill, and punishing defenders, frankly. That's what Parker Brailsford does. But Parker Brailsford, unfortunately for Alabama, is playing on one foot. At least he has been the last few weeks. His right foot is toast. He's just on his left one. And you're going to see Alabama's going to pull Parker Brailsford on this play. The center. Watch the center snap the ball and then get his butt out of there. When they finally snap it. Goodness gracious, snap the ball, Ty. Okay, see how Brailsford's pulling. Usually, Brailsford at about right now is near a pancake block for anyone that wants to touch him. But you see that big boot he's got on his right foot? He's not playing with a right foot. So he's slow and he gets he's not doing anything. Like, that is not Parker Brailsford, man. Parker Brailsford is stepping on somebody's toes. He's finishing every single time. And I love Parker Brailsford. He's playing really injured right now. I think a lot of what Alabama does in the run game is off of Parker Brailsford, and they don't have him. That's a big loss. But luckily for Alabama, they've gotten 12 days to heal up after the SEC championship game. So hopefully they can get him back and healthy. If he's not back and healthy, the run game is 100% going to struggle again. I can guarantee you that. This is a play of the game, in my opinion. 44 is going to win with speed rush. 44, I forget his name. A lot of people just say he's like a big run stuffer. This dude can win with speed rush. And to me, Alabama's got Michael Carroll at right tackle. He's a true freshman. He's recruited to play right guard. But Alabama, because of problems at tackle and guard this year and injuries, have had to move Michael Carroll to right tackle a lot. To me, this is a young football player trying to block a veteran, number 44, off the edge. And 44 is going to have great hands. He's going to win with speed rush. And he's going to get home on Ty Simpson and force a fumble, which ended up changing the game. Because at this point in time, let me go back because this is important. At this point in time, Oklahoma can't move the football very well consistently. Alabama's got the ball. They just scored to take the lead. Alabama, in my opinion, is about to run down the field. If they convert this 39, they might go score a touchdown and end the game. And yet 44 makes a big play, gets a strip sack fumble. This is exactly what Oklahoma's defense is built on. It's playing zone coverage, taking away deep routes, making your offense be on the field for longer and longer, and hoping to force something like this, a big-time turnover. That's what they did. They jumped on it, and, I mean, just look how hyped they get, man. Look at that. Look at that team getting hyped. I guess they didn't get that hyped. Anyway, Oklahoma is going to try and score and put this game away for themselves, but Alabama's defense is going to get a big-time stop. And I'm going to show you two plays of why that happens. First of all, let me see where I'm at. Yanze plays both. Yes, Yanze Pierre. He's at the bottom of your screen. He's just in he's up in an up technique. I don't know exactly what you call that, but Oklahoma's going to run read option here, and Yanze Pierre is going to do a great job sitting and playing both the give and the keep. He's playing both the running back and the quarterback. They're not going to block Yanze Pierre. As you can see, they leave him unblocked, and he does a great job not bailing on either of them. And he ends up making the play on the running back. That's a great job, Yanze Pierre, by playing both. He's forcing Mateer to hand the ball off, and he's going to make a play. So good job, Yanze Pierre, on making that play. And this is the second play where Alabama gets off the field. This is a big 3rd and goal. Oklahoma ran the ball 3 times in a row. A lot of people are saying, why didn't you throw the ball? Why didn't you go for a touchdown on any of these 3 plays you have from the 10-yard line? In my eyes, Oklahoma is protecting the field goal. They are not risking an interception. They're not risking a sack fumble. They're saying our defense has given us a gift. That gift is 3 points. If we want to take it, we can risk it and try and get 7. But our defense is playing great football, man. If we could just get 3 and take the lead, we might be able to hold them. And that's exactly what happened. So I don't hate Alabama or Oklahoma not throwing the ball at all this drive. What I do love is Justin Jefferson playing ball right here. He's ruining this counter. Once again, Oklahoma's going to try and run counter again. They're pulling the guard and the tight end. And this run is not supposed to hit outside all of this action. This run is supposed to hit, like the guard and the tight end are supposed to create a hole through the offensive line for John Mateer to run to. And Justin Jefferson, if you can see, is going to come get on the inside and close off that inner hole, forcing Mateer to bounce it to the outside where all your pursuit players are. That's Justin Jefferson playing selfless football, covering his gap, and not letting anything get inside of him. That's good ball from Justin Jefferson. He's been one of the best players on this Alabama defense all year. He's making another big play there. To me, this is another rep of Parker Brailsford being injured. And I'm highlighting them because they're important. Like, you watch this rep. If you've watched any Parker Brailsford tape and you watch this rep, you know that this is not Parker Brailsford. He's at center again. You can watch him. He's pulling. Watch Brailsford pull. That is not Parker Brailsford. He's limping out there. He's playing slow, and he's just letting guys run right by him. And shout out to, I think, was this Kip Lewis that made that play, or was it 11? Looks like it was number 11. Yes, that's a good ball play. But that is not Parker Brailsford. Parker Brailsford, I know, is going up and stepping on 11's toes, driving him into the ground, and Daniel Hill's got a crease. So if Brailsford is healthy, that might have been a 15-yard game right there. Because Brailsford is not healthy, 11's able to beat him and make a big play on Daniel Hill. This is a big 3rd down and 5 for Alabama. They got to score to win the game at some point. And to me, this is, look at 12. Okay, 12 is at the corner position right now. He's all the way at the top of your screen. They're going to send him on a blitz. I just want you to know something about 12, okay? 12 is 5'10", 181. He's a sophomore. That's not very big. Daniel Hill, the running back for Alabama, is 240 pounds. He's got 60 pounds on 12, and 12 doesn't care. Okay, watch 12 blitz. Right, the top corner, the corner at the top of your screen is going to blitz. And he's going to run through Daniel Hill. Look at this effort. Watch this. Ugh. That's 60 pounds, man. He's giving up 60 pounds on that play. He's getting a full head of steam, but he's running through, man. That is strong football right there from 12. I'd love to see that. And he's going to get credit for his sack here because of it. That's great ball from 12. I'm proud of that son for bringing his face mask to the football game. 2nd down and 10. Oklahoma gets the ball back. They could have put this drive away with a touchdown here. And Mateer, I think, makes a good play here. Should have handed off. Okay, yeah. I think Mateer should have handed this ball off. Wait, no, this is a different play. What play is this? That ain't Bears from Hawk Clamp should have handed off. We're going to watch. We're going to see what happens. Oh, yeah, C. That's a good throw. That's to the field, out route. I mean, that's part of the arm strength that Mateer has to make that throw. That is not a tough throw to make. Good stuff, John Mateer. I'm proud of you, kid. 2nd down and 6. Is this when he should have handed it off? No, it's not. I guess I didn't include that play in here. I thought I did. John, be patient. Look, John is itching. John Mateer. He is itching to roll out so bad. You can tell on this play. He does not want to be in the pocket. Alabama's sending 3 again. John, you have so much time. Wait. Be patient. You got 5 options. You're going to be able to – look how jittery his feet are. The mark of a patient quarterback is a quarterback that's standing and just taking these steps, waiting to set your feet and throw. John Mateer's feet are jittering this whole time, man. He wants to get out of the pocket. He's itching to get out of the pocket. And because of that, he's going to get out of the pocket, and he's nearly going to throw a pick to Nakai Hillgreen across his body. I don't like it, Jonathan. I think we got to be more patient. I think we need better footwork. I think we need to stay in the pocket when you have the opportunity to. 2nd down and 7 for Oklahoma. They are in wide formation, even though they're in 12 personnel. No, they're in 11 personnel. Never mind. That's incorrect. And this is Mateer. Oh yeah. Ooh, Mateer. He's got some good run instincts. Mateer's an athletic kiddo. Well, watch him make some of these damn players miss on this design run. Watch this. Ooh, there's one. Watch this cover here. Not this one. This next one. Ooh, John Mateer, son. I'm gonna put your foot in the ground. Get north. Attaboy. That's good stuff from John Mateer. Oklahoma ends up getting a penalty and then another penalty on the screen pass, and they ended up having to punt. Was this the drive of the game? This is the drive of the game. This is the last chance for Alabama. They got 6:45 left in this football game. They got to score. This is peak college football. This is Brent Venables and his mastermind defensive scheme going up against Ryan Grubb, Kalen DeBoer, these offensive gurus. So you're gonna see the best levels of football from each of these coordinators. And Ty Simpson is fixing to maybe throw the ball to Ryan Williams, and then he's saying, "Yeah, I'm not going to throw the ball. I'm not going to." Watch Ryan at the top of this route. He's at the top of the screen. He's running a speed out. Watch Ty Simpson's eyes and watch Ryan. Well, he's doing a lot of motion shenanigans, and Ryan Grubb loves these motion shenanigans, and it makes it longer for me to snap. Okay, watch Ryan Williams. Speed out. That's kind of covered, but I think you got to trust Ryan and throw that football. Ty has already clicked off, and that's where his eyes were initially. Watch Ty's eyes at the beginning of this play. They are on Ryan Williams, and for whatever reason, he's clicking right off, and he's throwing somewhere else. Okay, so that's my first analysis on this play. Is Ty? We got to play on time. We got to trust Ryan Williams on 2nd and 7 to pick up some yards, make this 3rd and 3. Look at Kip Lewis. Kip Lewis is currently guarding an Alabama receiver at about the 15-yard line. He sees that Ty Simpson is about to pull the ball and scramble. So Ty Simpson's scrambling. He's starting to scramble right now. Watch Kip Lewis. He's saying, oh, I'm going to get that. I'm getting him. You're not getting outside the pocket. That's my pocket. Ty is at the hash marks. Kip ain't even at the hash marks yet. And he's running so fast to go make that play. Kip Lewis wants to win this football game, ladies and gentlemen. Kip Lewis is going to win. He's going to want to win that football game on Friday, too. I can guarantee that. And he might be the best player on that football field come Friday night. He is playing ball right now. This is 3rd down and 5. This is how you trust your out route read, Ty Simpson. Watch. 1, 2, 3, ball out. Jeremy Bernard, it's there. 1st down. That's what you got to do every single time, Ty. That's good football. Cuevas attaboy. Oh, yeah, watch this Cuevas down block. Cuevas is tight end attached to the left side of the offensive line. Watch this down block. Bama's pulling 2 guys. They're not running counter. I don't even know what they're running. But this play only works if Cuevas holds his defensive lineman and makes a great down block. And watch this block from Cuevas. Watch him hold that, but he's not giving up any ground. That is strong. It's a wide base. That's what you want to see because you're not giving up any ground when you got a good wide base like that. That's a D lineman he's blocking, and that allows for a nice little crease, and Jam Miller picks up 7 yards. That's great. That's great stuff from Cuevas. Cuevas has been injured the last couple weeks for Alabama. He's coming back. He should make an impact, especially in the run blocking game, for sure, for the Crimson Tide. We're getting into crunch time now. 3.5 minutes to go, Bama. You got to have it. And way to play hot, Ty Simpson. Way to play hot, Ty Simpson. Oklahoma is doing their shenanigans with the sim pressure. They're bringing 6 on this play. This is a blitz, not a pressure. They're bringing 6. And Ty sees where the blitz is coming from, plays hot to Lottie Brooks, picks up a near 1st down. That is good stuff. That is good from Ty Simpson. Way to play hot. Now we got 3rd and 2. Okay. I'm going to be overcritical of Daniel Hill here. Here's the thing. Daniel Hill is great at what he does. And that's Alabama's running back, number 4. Daniel Hill is great at getting the ball and running forward and running through people and doing his best to just, I've got horse blinders and I'm seeing straight and I'm going to put my head down and good luck tackling me because I'm 240 pounds of thigh. And that's what he's going to try and do on this football play. And he's going to completely miss a bounce lane for like a 20-yard gain. Well, watch this. And listen, I'm going to be overcritical of Daniel Hill here, but I'm expecting great running back play from the University of Alabama. I've seen it at Notre Dame. I've seen it at Boise State. I'm expecting great running back play. Daniel Hill, right here. Look at him. He's not even thinking about cutting back. He's not even looking at anything. He's saying, I'm putting my head down. I'm getting north. And usually I like that. But can we put our foot in the ground and get one of them? Because if we get one of them with our foot in the ground, look at all that room outside the offensive line. If we get a cut lane, man, Daniel, this is when you got to press and pop. Don't just press. Don't just put your head down and try and brute force your way against a bunch of 300-pounders for a 1st down. That's not going to work. This is a gimmick play. They got Kane Proctor lined up at running back, and they're going to flip it to Latsier Brooks. Again, how many of these do you have left in your bag, Ryan Grubb? We've seen a lot of them this year. This is so hard to defend. This is a tip your cap moment from the defensive coordinator on a 4th and 1. Does Alabama have a lot of those left in their arsenal? Who knows? Who really knows at this point? This is the biggest series of the game, of course. 1st and 10. This is where Oklahoma wins it, and they start on 1st down. And guess what? If you had never watched this game, and you're watching this here for the first time for whatever reason, and I've been talking about a lot of things that Alabama's done poorly so far this football game. Guess how Oklahoma gets a sack on this play? I mean, you'd have to take a wild guess. You're probably right. You probably got it on the first guess. It's because they didn't pick up Kip Lewis in the pass protection again. I mean, you've had a pick 6 off of it. You've had a sack off of it. You had another near sack off of it. Why? Oh, why are you not IDing Kip Lewis in the pass protection? It happens so many times. He's wandering around and gets scot-free once again and gets to Ty Simpson for a sack. Listen, man, I mean, great job by Oklahoma for scheming this. Great job, Kip Lewis, for being an athlete, making these plays. But in their next matchup, Alabama has to focus on this, because if they don't focus on this, you're going to get sacked with less than 2 minutes in the 4th quarter to put you at 2nd and 19 when you need points. You're going to get pick 6. You're going to get another sack on the first series of the game. Like you have to adjust a little bit, Ryan Grubb, and at least start IDing Kip Lewis in your pass protection schemes. This is a great job by Ty, playing on time once again. It's a 5-step drop, I believe, that we see from Ty Simpson. Yeah, this is as fundamental as it gets. You don't see a lot of people take 5-step drops in college football these days, but just watch Ty's feet on this play. Watch this. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and ball out. He didn't pitch there, but ball out. And Zay's making a play. That's fundamental football. Now we got 4th and 6. This is where Oklahoma wins the football game. And I have 2 things to say. First of all, great play by Peyton Bowen, I believe it is, by driving down on this out route and getting there to break this pass up. This is man coverage from Oklahoma. I don't know why they run man coverage. I would not have if I was Brent Venables in this situation. Maybe that's why I'm not Brent Venables. But to me, Ryan Williams has got to give more effort on this out route. I mean, just watch Ryan Williams this whole way. This is man coverage. And Ty, this is what's going through Ty's mind on this man coverage. All right, it's 4th and 6. I've got Ryan Williams running a 6-yard out route to the sticks. And if it's man coverage, my read is to go to Ryan Williams in man coverage to convert a first down. I trust that. I'm going to throw the ball to Ryan Williams. He's going to make a play. I trust that he can against man coverage. Watch Ryan Williams run this route. It looks like he's jogging. Watch this. He's just jogging out there. No shimmy, no shake. I'm just jogging out there for a 6-yard out route. Bowen gets there in time, but man, I'm shocked that Ryan Williams didn't give a little bit of a better effort there, if I'm being completely honest. But hey, great play from Bowen. That's all I got from this football game. Oklahoma ended up winning it. A great win for the Sooners, their best win of the year, their best win of the Brent Venables era. Part of the reason why they made the playoffs, and they did it by capitalizing on Alabama's mistakes, messing with Alabama's offensive line and a lot of simulated pressures, getting Kip Lewis free and whatnot. John Mateer made some plays. They didn't turn the ball over. They played smart. If they can do that again, if they can force Alabama to make mistakes, they can pull off this upset again. I'm going to give a game pick later on in this week. I just thought it'd be fun to look at what happened in this game in November and see if any of this stuff continues to happen with the game in December. So with that, thank you so much for watching. If you take one thing away from this video, it is not that Kip Lewis is a great football player, or that Daniel Hill can't bounce to the outside, or that Alabama needs to ID the mic in their next matchup. It is that God truly loves you. And Jesus Christ and the promise of God's love is the only fulfillment that we will truly have on this planet. And if you're hearing this and you're like, well, I don't know where to start. Like, I don't know. I've never believed in God. Or maybe I do believe in God, but I don't really have a good faith life. Just pray for someone. Just pray for me. Right now. I mean, I need as many prayers as I can get. I mean, I am no better than anybody else. I mess up all the time. So if you are in any situation right now where you're like, I don't know really how to start, just say a quick prayer for Robert, because I need it. And if you do that, comment something, whatever you want, I'll pray for you. And then you can pray for your loved ones or whatever. The prayer is such a powerful weapon. God is always there for us. He's always listening to us. He's always ready to forgive. And he loves us more than we could ever imagine. So thank you so much for watching, folks. God bless. Hope you have a great holiday season, a great weekend. And again, thanks for watching this whole marathon of an Alabama-Oklahoma preview. And I hope you enjoy the game on Friday, December 19th. So God bless, and have a great night.